Hey everyone, it's Monique for Nude. Welcome back to another video and Happy New Year's. We are in 2024, you guys. I'm so excited to do this video. As you can see by the title, this is how I lost 30 pounds. And I actually started this journey a year ago in 2023 as a New Year's resolution. So I had made it to the other side. I still got some ways to go, but I did make my first weight loss goal, which was 125 pounds. I'm currently between like 125, 127, and my final weight loss goal is 120, but so far I have lost about like 31 pounds, and I want to tell you guys what I did because it has been a journey. Okay, so I would just want to give you guys a background of where I started at, maybe if you can relate or if you can't relate. So first of all, I'm only 5'3". I am a petite in stature type of person, so I feel like for me it's harder to lose weight, or it might be different to lose weight versus like a taller person or someone starting out with a different body composition than I am. I feel like almost everybody is taller than me, so for me it's kind of different. Second of all, I started this journey like a couple years after I had my second child. So I had a baby in 2021 and I only lost about like 10 to 15 pounds. I was 175 pounds at the end of my pregnancy, and without really doing much, I only lost like 10-15 pounds. You know, I didn't snap back like all the people on social media, you know, claim they snap back after having kids and that it's almost like nothing to them. That's not my story. It takes me work to lose weight after having kids. I went from 175 to like 157, and I stayed at that 157. I was not losing any more weight after that, so I figured I'd have to, you know, get the ball moving. And things that contributed to weight gain or being stagnant and being overweight for me was I wasn't working out, I wasn't eating healthy, and I ate out a lot. Those were contributing factors for me. And then I had a work from home job, so I didn't really move around. So all that contributes to weight gain and not losing any more weight. Technically, I was obese. And that's crazy to kind of think about when you look at the scale. It's not, when you see somebody, it's not, oh, they don't look big, but you don't know how much body fat that they carry on them versus how much is ideal. For my body composition, my height, I was about 32% body fat, so that is a lot. Okay, so the first major thing that I did was, of course, I started working out. Like I said, I wasn't working out at all before. I started going around walks in my neighborhood, like 30 minutes. Sometimes I would wear ankle weights, and I would start easy. If you're just now starting on a fitness journey, that is my number one tip for you, is to start easy. I severely would overestimate how much I can do. Like, I literally went from doing nothing to wanting to do everything. Don't do that. First, just start out small. So I would do like YouTube videos. I did this with no gym. Okay, no gym membership, because I don't got time for all that. I did this at home. I would do Growwithjo. I'll put her channel right here. She has like easy, like walking type exercise. Sometimes I would use weights or put ankle weights and do her workouts where it's like 5,000 steps or 7,000 steps and burn like a few hundred calories. I would start off easy because you don't have that stamina to start intense. If you start out very intensely, you're most likely going to give up because you haven't built that fitness level yet. So I would say start out small. It's okay, you will get there eventually. So that's what I did.
Another crazy thing that happens is once you start building up your fitness level, you actually start burning less calories doing the same workouts. So eventually you will have to drive up the intensity anyways in order to burn more calories. This is why I say don't rush into it in the beginning.
You know, I just push myself to try to work out at least 4 to 5 times a week. I would, like I said, I have 2 small kids, so it's kind of hard to find like a lot of free time. So what I do, it sounds crazy, but I get up at like 4:30 in the morning before I clock in for work, and I would work out. I would spend like an hour and a half, you know, to work out and to get ready for my day, and I would go downstairs and work out. You have to find what works for your lifestyle. Wherever you have time to fit it in, do it, because you most likely have time, but you don't want to prioritize that time toward other things. So you have to make it a priority. You have to do it consistently so you can get into that habit, a routine. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit, so you have to get into that habit so that you'll be less likely to miss a day. In the beginning, you'll probably like fall off, be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, but as long as you keep going, then you will establish that routine. Like, it's gonna be like second nature to you. Okay, I have to get up, I have to work out. Nowadays I don't really have to set an alarm because my body automatically goes to sleep at a certain time and wakes up at a certain time. Okay, and then also I stopped eating out as much. I would order DoorDash a lot. Every time I was upset or sad or depressed, I would find comfort in takeout food. We all do this, don't we? I cook a lot of my own food so that I know what I'm eating. But I would say in the beginning I wasn't really that serious. I thought like healthy foods was just eating salads. So for like the longest time I would only eat like salads for lunch. I would eat like this cabbage and kale salad with like shredded carrots and stuff like that. I would eat that a lot, but I wasn't counting my calories. I wasn't really that aware about the nutrients in food until later on in my journey, which I will get into. I had lost a little bit of weight. You know, I would lose an average about 5 pounds a month, and I would get discouraged because I would see like YouTube videos saying, oh,
lose 50 pounds in 2 months and lose 60 pounds in 1 month.
And then I'm like, I'm only losing about 5 pounds a month, if that. So it can get very discouraging, but don't fall into that. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about losing 10, 15, 20 pounds a month. Don't worry about all that, okay? Go at your own pace. You're not in a rush, okay? Like I said, this took me a year to do, and I'm still not even all the way at my goal. I still have about another 75 pounds to lose. So don't feel like you have to lose 20 pounds in a month. That's not really realistic. And to be honest, when you lose weight that fast, you are most likely to gain it back really quickly. So the best thing for you to do is to lose the weight slowly and gradually, and to learn about different types of food, how to nourish your body, learn how to meal prep, learn what your body likes and what your body doesn't like. Take the time out to do the research, okay? Don't rush into things. Just take your time so that you won't rebound and gain all the weight back and force your body into starvation mode because you're losing the weight too quickly. You know, a few months into my journey, I was hitting like these plateaus, like I wasn't losing any more weight, and I got so frustrated one day that I said,
I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A.
Forget it. I'm not losing any weight anyways. Like I would do that a lot. I'd be like, I'm not losing any weight. I'm gonna go eat what I want since I'm not even losing weight. I might as well, right? And then, you know, I kept battling with myself. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. But then a voice said, I don't know if this was God or what, but then a voice said, go ahead and get Chick-fil-A. Go ahead and get it. After I already told myself I wasn't gonna get it. So I went and got it. And out of curiosity, I just started looking at the calories. And I'm looking at the calories of the sauces. Okay, I get 4 sauces. I know it's excessive, but I like sauces. I get 2 Polynesians and 2 Chick-fil-A sauces, right? And I start adding up all the calories in the sauces, and I was stunned because the calories in the sauces, all the 4 sauces that I had, not even including the ketchup, okay, was more than the calories in the sandwich itself. Okay, so the sauces and the sandwich were over 1,000 calories, and then I didn't even include the French fries and the drink and the brownie that I probably did get. It was making me realize that I'm probably hitting this plateau because I am underestimating how many calories are in food. Because like I said, I did not count my calories in the beginning until I got that Chick-fil-A, and I realized that things are higher in calories than what I thought. And this is the game changer right here, okay? My lunch was over my caloric intake that I should be taking in. So I knew that's why I'm not losing any more weight at this point, because I refuse to count calories. I'm underestimating how many calories are in food. So that day, after I finished my Chick-fil-A, I downloaded the Lose It app. I love this app, okay? And I started counting my calories. I bought a food scale, and I downloaded that app, and I started counting my calories. The one thing I said I was never gonna do, because it is tedious and it does take a long time, and sometimes you just want to eat your food, but you need to know how many calories are in food. And you don't have to do this forever, but do this for a few months and you'll be able to predict how many calories are in food. And this is the point where I started learning about food substitution. This is the next step, food substitutions, okay? So I started counting my calories, I started weighing my food, and now I'm realizing, okay, sometimes I felt like I was starving myself. I felt like, why am I not losing weight if I feel like I'm eating less? It's because the food that you're eating is probably calorie dense. So it's not high volume, low volume, and it's calorie dense. So from then forward, I was making it a point to find foods that are high in protein, high in volume, and low in calories. And this is the point where I also started to do strength training workout, because I don't know about you, but as a female, I feel like, oh, I just need to do cardio and I'm good. I don't need to do strength training. I don't want to get too muscular. But you need to prioritize strength training, and you need to prioritize protein. Those two things are very important when it comes to like fat loss. A few months into my journey, I would only run and like walk on the treadmill. I didn't really do any other type of exercise besides cardio. I would run on the treadmill, I would lose like 2 pounds, but then I would, you know, gain it, and the average would be like a pound a week, but I would lose 2 pounds a day on the treadmill, and I'm like, okay, this is working, I'm not doing anything else. And then all of a sudden I started gaining weight after I ran on the treadmill. And I was like, okay, this is not working anymore. Obviously my body's trying to tell me something. And I believe it's because when you're running, it puts a lot of stress on your body and it raises your cortisol levels, hence actually gaining weight, and it's doing like the opposite effect. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with the treadmill, but I've decreased it because I was doing it so much, thinking that was the only thing that was gonna help me lose weight. I started to incorporate strength training. So I brought like dumbbells from Amazon. I brought a yoga mat. I even found like a adjustable dumbbell set from TJ Maxx. You can find dumbbells anywhere. You don't necessarily need a gym. Of course, you can go get a gym membership if you want, if you have like limited space or whatever. Definitely get a few dumbbells and do some strength training, okay? Just incorporate that into your routine. It will give you that toned look that you're looking for. And I wish I would have done this since the beginning, because I feel like it would have helped me out. With this journey, you're learning as you go. Like, you're not gonna know everything. You literally have to adjust as you get more information. So food substitutions that I would do, like I said, I love sauces. If I do eat a salad, that was one thing. I was eating salad every day thinking that I'm doing something. I would use a ton of salad dressing because, like I said, I did not measure my food. 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing is like over 100 calories, which is crazy because who's gonna eat 2 tablespoons of salad dressing? Not me. So I'm using like a 1/4 cup, okay? Now I had to find something better than that. So what I would do if I wanted some ranch salad dressing, I would buy some Greek yogurt. I love Greek yogurt, okay? That is my #1 thing that I will always have is Greek yogurt. It's low in calories. You can have like a lot of Greek yogurt and not even be over 100 calories versus this little bit of ranch dressing. So what you do is get some Greek yogurt, you put some ranch powder mix in it. It's not gonna taste exactly the same, but once you get used to eating this type of stuff, you're fine. Like, you take that, or you can mix your own seasonings with some lemon juice and you're good to go. You can have more of it and still be under your calories. To make Caesar dressing, I would use Greek yogurt. I would put some feta cheese and some Parmesan cheese and some of the ranch seasoning mix, and it almost tasted like Caesar dressing, and I love Caesar dressing as well. That's what I would do. I would get almond milk. I don't drink whole milk. Almond milk, I find it has the least amount of calories versus like oat milk or whole milk. I would get, instead of full fat mayonnaise, I would get reduced fat mayonnaise. I would get reduced fat cheese, reduced fat anything, okay? If I can find it, I'm getting a reduced fat version of it or a sugar-free version. For my creamers, I don't drink coffee like every single day. I'm sorry, I made some meal prep yesterday. I'll put a picture right here, and I made some beans. I did record it. I'll probably upload a video about that, and the beans tasted so good, and my husband just texted me and said the beans were hitting. They were good, okay? I try not to drink coffee every single day because the creamer does have like a lot of sugar and fat in it. So what I would do half sugar-free creamer and half regular creamer in order to kind of reduce the calories a little bit. I don't use white sugar. So instead of white sugar, I use this brand right here, which is the stevia in the raw. Instead of regular brown sugar, I use the monk fruit brown sugar, and I don't know how they made that brown sugar have the same texture as regular brown sugar, but it is bomb, especially with baking or putting in your oatmeal. Instead of pre-packaged oatmeal that's full of sugar and higher in calories, I just get regular rolled oats and I put my own sugar in it, the sugar-free sugar. It's so many substitutes that you can get for the foods that you already love. It's ridiculous. You just have to like do research. TikTok has so many recipes, it's not even funny. I stay on TikTok for like healthy recipes and stuff. So just do your research. Find substitutes for food that you love. I love chicken wings and french fries, okay? Instead of always going out to Chinese restaurants, which sometimes is not the same, but it's doable, okay? Just buy some wings from the grocery store, air fry it, and make your own french fries with like regular potatoes. Instead of like sugary drinks like apple juice or regular juice, I just drink water. This is my gallon of water right here, and I squeeze 1 lemon in here, and I put the 0 sugar or low calorie, the Crystal Light packets. You know, some stores make their own brand. Sometimes I buy the Crystal Light, sometimes I buy like the Aldi's brand, and I put that in there and I drink that. Or I get like the 0 calorie sodas, and they're really good. I will show a picture right here. Or sometimes if I really want a soda, I'll drink like a small can of like 100 calorie cherry Coke, because that's my favorite soda. And then most days I'm drinking water. So that's if I really want something sweet, I'll drink that. So just find substitutions, low calorie substitutions, so that you can meet your caloric intake without starving yourself. And also it's healthier for you. Like instead of 2 whole eggs, I'll do 1 egg and egg whites, because the egg whites have protein in it. So just to give myself like less fat and less cholesterol, I'll just do the 1 egg and then mostly egg white. I'll buy low carb tortillas. I'll do keto bread, keto egg McMuffins to make egg sandwiches in the morning. I used to love like bacon, egg, and cheese croissant sandwiches. Oh my gosh, I used to eat that like every day, but that is so much fat and so many calories. So I just learned to use like other things like turkey bacon instead of regular bacon, reduced fat American cheese, and 1 egg, and that's it. It's not the same, but it'll do for this weight loss journey, okay? Another food substitute, instead of like white flour, I get whole wheat flour. That tends to have more fiber and protein, and it's not stripped of its nutrients like white flour. Brown rice, I do eat white rice too. I eat like white basmati rice. I'm not eating rice every single day, so that's okay. Keto burger buns, oh my gosh, they're only like 70 calories, and then you can buy like a turkey burger instead of like a regular beef burger, which is lower in fat, and then make you your own burger with like reduced fat cheese, and it's so good. And the bun, you can't even tell that it's keto. Like it tastes like regular burger buns. It's crazy. Whole wheat pita bread, you can even make your own pita bread with flour and Greek yogurt. Okay, TikTok be putting me on. Okay, I seen like one video making cinnabuns with flour and yogurt, and then they put like brown sugar, like of course like, you know, substitute brown sugar and cinnamon, and it looked like cinnamon rolls. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to try that recipe. Whole wheat protein pasta, there's chickpea pasta instead of, you know, regular white pasta. Those tend to spike your blood sugar. You're just eating straight like white bread, white flour, white pasta. I try to get like the whole grain or like the brown pasta, so that it doesn't like cause a spike in like insulin level. Reduced fat butter, okay, or the Pam cooking spray. I tend to use like olive oil or coconut oil. I don't use like canola oil or vegetable oils. I stay away from those because those can be inflammatory. I'll use the Pam or I'll use the olive oil. Now you have to be careful with the olive oil and the coconut oil, because 1 tablespoon of that is like 120 calories. So I just use like a drizzle on my vegetables and stuff. I try not to use a whole tablespoon, but sometimes you need something other than the cooking spray, because that tends to burn very easily. Sometimes I'll even use, like I said, the reduced fat butter. And every time I eat oatmeal, of course I'm making it with almond milk, I try to put like a tablespoon of chia seeds, because that's good for like the fiber and the omega-3s. If I'm making a smoothie, I'll put ground flax seeds in it. I'll put like spinach in it to add the extra micronutrients and the vegetables, and some fruits. I try to be careful with the fruit. I try not to add a lot, and the scoop of protein powder. And that could even be a meal replacement. Sometimes I'll mix my coffee with like a protein shake, or oh my gosh, so I'll make an iced coffee with some ice, of course, some cold brew coffee, like a little bit of no sugar vanilla pudding, some flavored syrup, and some reduced fat Cool Whip with some protein powder. That is so good. It's like a iced coffee milkshake. It's delicious. You have to think about, what do you want more? Do you want to continue to eat the foods that make you feel good for 5 minutes and then make you feel like crap afterwards, or just eat in order to live? That's what you have to think about. Food is very important, because like say you don't have time to work out. Even if you don't work out, what you eat can drastically affect your weight loss. I'm gonna eat like this for life. Of course I'm gonna eat out every once in a while, you know, life happens. But because I'm finding these food substitutions that I love, this is how I'm gonna eat for life. I'm not gonna go back to the way I ate, because then I'll gain all the weight back, if that makes sense. The third thing that helped me on this weight loss journey was my mindset, okay? This, if anything, this has taught me how to be consistent and not to give up. Like I told you, I started this a whole year ago, and there were so many times I wanted to give up. There were times that I cried like during my workouts, after my workouts. I'm not even joking, because I felt like I wasn't seeing the results as quickly as I wanted to see them. And that's the thing, you have to still keep going even when you're not seeing the results. You're not going to see the results overnight, and sometimes you'll go backwards, okay? You'll end up gaining weight even though you feel like you're doing everything right. That has happened to me so many times, where I just like, I'm not doing this anymore, because there's no point. You have to keep going, and you have to be consistent. Like in life in general, this has taught me that I will give up very easily if I'm not seeing what I want to see, and this has taught me not to do that, to still keep going. And this has taught me that changes are gonna come like literally in the middle of the year. when I had a consistent routine. I was working out 5 times a week. I was getting up early. I was off on the weekends, so I got to relax on the weekends. My work schedule changed, so I had to go in the office a few times a week, which that took me so long to readjust. You know, I was so upset about it, I'm not gonna lie, and like I had to readjust my whole workout routine around that. So now I have to work out on the weekends, you know, just a couple of days out the week, just to make sure I can fit my workout routine. And I lost 1 day of working out, but in order to compensate for that, I would do like a small 30-minute workout. I could at least dedicate 30 minutes on the days that I do have to go into the office, just something really small that I can do quick, because you know, after work, then it's like after school activities, you have to tend to them, you know, get them dinner and get them situated for the next day and stuff, and get myself situated for work the next day as well. So I don't have that much time, and I have to go to sleep early in order to wake up early, so I don't have that much time to, you know, dedicate an hour to working out. But I can at least do 30 minutes of like a small workout that's not too hard, you know, with weights, and like get in some steps, because with my job, I'm sitting down at a desk all day, so I don't have no form of working out. So it's like you have to readjust to changes happen all the time. That's inevitable. This has taught me that if life throws something at you, you have to readjust. And I'm the last person who wants to readjust. I'm very like, once I have a routine, I want to stick to it, but it has taught me that I can't be like that. I have to adapt to change. So it's change, consistency, and like, you know, throughout the year, I went on vacations, you know, we went out with friends, we ate out, you know, had parties, holidays. We just got back from the holidays, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I ate what I wanted, okay? I ate what I wanted. I wasn't gonna restrict myself. I don't like restricting myself if I'm like, if it's the holidays, if I'm going out. But I am mindful, like I tend to like lean towards more like carbs and meats rather than vegetables, so I have to be mindful. Okay, like the other day we went to a buffet. The first thing on my plate was vegetables, which I'm surprised even at myself, because I don't really pick up vegetables like that. That was the first thing on my plate. So things like that, just be mindful of what you're putting into your body. I had to remind myself like, okay, these foods are going to be higher in calories, so maybe this is going to be it for me for today. And honestly, I don't feel that hungry. And then guess what, the next day I'm working out. I'll gain a few pounds like straight afterwards, but I can lose those few pounds fast if I start getting back into my routine. So don't take a couple of days off or fall off, you know, over the holidays and say, forget it, I'm not doing it anymore. Get back into the routine. Another thing I was struggling with mentally are like binge eating or emotional eating or like sugar addiction, because I love sweets, I love sugar. That's why I try to like not to eat like white sugar, because I know diabetes run in my family, so I'm trying to be aware of that and use sugar substitutes like agave, stevia. I don't use refined white sugar, but I do tend to eat like a lot of sweets, like candies or like baked goods. I love brownies, cookies, ice cream. I love all that stuff. If I'm like stressed or if I'm like feeling emotional, I tend to lean towards those things. This has taught me like, okay, Monique, when you're going through something, stop going to the first thing that automatically gives you comfort, which is like sugar. So I try to learn how to lean in towards more other things, or to try to resolve whatever is going on with myself, rather than turning towards things that's only going to make me feel happy for 5 minutes and then feel like crap the next day. Like some people, it could be like spending too much money, or you know, just anything that tries to make you feel better, like going out to eat or eating junk food or, you know, take out, in order to make you feel better when you're actually going through something else. Another thing that helped me lose weight is meal prepping. Okay, I stand by this 10 toes down. I love meal prepping because, like I said, I don't have time every day to be cooking meals every single day. Okay, I don't have time for that. So even before I was on a weight loss journey, I would, you know, cook enough food that I can eat for a few days. So that's what I do now. I got meal prep containers. I take it to work. I pack my lunch. And what I would do, I would open up my Lose It app and I would literally input what I'm going to eat for the next day and stuff. So I can already have that prepared down to like my snacks. Sometimes I might like eat something else, but you need to already have in mind what you're going to eat tomorrow. What am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for lunch? So that way you are less likely to go off track. Because if you don't have that plan in advance, trust me, if somebody say, hey, you want to get some McDonald's, you gonna go get that McDonald's, versus like, oh no, I already have something prepared, I'll just eat that. And like I said, I make protein a priority. So my favorite thing to eat is chicken breast. I can eat that all day long. I love chicken breast with rice and beans. I just made that the other day. I love chicken breast with salad, chicken breast in wraps. It's so versatile. Also chicken thighs, which tends to be more fattier, but it tastes so good. It's way more tender and less dry than chicken breast, but I eat chicken a lot. Ground turkey. I don't really eat beef a whole lot. It's not like I'm restricting myself from eating beef. It's just not something that I choose to eat a lot. I might eat like a steak every once in a while. Shrimp. Oh my gosh. Shrimp has the best macros, okay? It is like the lowest calorie, highest protein meat that you can find. Seriously. And shrimp is so good. Fish. Okay, tilapia, cod, and salmon. Those are my three fishes. Those are my three fish of choice. My favorite fish is salmon. I personally love salmon, and it's high in omega-3 fatty acids, which is what we need since I have a lot of omega-6s, which I think could raise your cholesterol, and we need more omega-3s. Fish is where you can get your omega-3s. Tuna fish. I love making tuna fish pesto sandwiches. I'll insert a clip right here. Breakfast, I might meal prep that. I may have like an egg sandwich, or I'll make like a protein pancake bake, or like a banana bread with protein powder in it, or oatmeal. Or sometimes I'll have like, if I'm not really feeling all that hungry, I'll have like maybe a protein shake, a banana and yogurt, and some other fruit like grapes and pineapples, cherries if they're in season. That's what I eat for breakfast. I meal prep my lunch. So I'll have like a protein, and then I'll have like a vegetable. I don't really concern myself too much with like starches. The only two starches I really eat is like rice and potatoes, but I'll usually double up on the vegetables. Like I'll have like cabbage and asparagus, or I'll have like mixed veg, like frozen mixed veggies, or broccoli, but I'll like double up on that and then like skip the carbs and have like meat. And then for dinner, I don't meal prep dinner. I just whatever, like I said, salads, wraps, sandwiches, I just figured out for dinner. You know, I don't really meal prep dinner. I just do whatever. Since I'm at home, I have more time to like think about what I want to eat, versus if I'm at work, that's when I like to have something already prepped. And then for snacks, lately I've been loving like this apple with this chocolate sauce with this keto maple syrup. That chocolate sauce is so bomb. Oh, another food substitute is powdered peanut butter. I have the chocolate version, which I really like. That's what I make my dipping sauce with, and it is so delicious. I do put some cookie butter in there because cookie butter is so good, but like I said, like I don't really concern myself too much because I know in general I eat healthy, so I can eat a little bit of cookie butter, you know, every once in a while. It's not gonna hurt me. And another snack that I love, it feels like a dessert bowl. Seriously, it's Greek yogurt, which is high in protein, applesauce. You can get like reduced sugar applesauce without all the added sugar, and put your own sugar substitute in there. Some fruits like pineapple or grapes or cherries. Mix that together. It is so good. And some agave syrup. If you mix that together, it is so good. Like that satisfies my sweet tooth, oddly enough. So yeah, I think the main point is to count your calories for a little bit. I don't count my calories now, but counting my calories did help me realize the types of food I was eating and better substitute for those foods, and to make sure you are active, not only to lose weight, but also because being active is good for your cardiovascular. You know, we're not meant to sit around all day, which a lot of us do have jobs, office jobs, that we just sit around all day. And to be consistent, don't give up at the sign of you gaining a pound despite you eating salads every day and working out. It might be something else. Give your body time to adjust. Don't try these crazy weight loss crash diets, you know, starving yourself. It's not gonna work. It's going to backfire. Okay, your body will enter into starvation mode and try to keep as much fat as possible when you try to do it very quickly. And I do take supplements. Like I said, I like to use protein powders. It's not necessary, and I feel like sometimes we overestimate how much protein we need. And I will say this thing, like I used to think I needed like over 100 grams of protein each day, and I find myself overeating trying to get in as much protein. And then I key in the numbers in the Lose It app to try to see about how much protein I needed for my weight and my height, and it said I only needed like about 75 grams of protein. So that's what I stuck with, and I find that's easier to stay within my calories and eat that amount of protein. I find like when I'm trying to eat more protein, I'm overeating my calories because I'm trying to eat as much food that has protein in it. Like I said, do what works for you, and this is what's worked for me, and I will show you guys. So yeah, you guys, that is all for today's video. I'll probably be making more videos like meal prep and recipes and stuff like that. This is just, you know, in general what I did to lose 30 pounds. I hope this was helpful. Still working on myself, especially like my belly area, which is where I tend to hold the most fat. Like I tend to have like very bony limbs, but like the midsection needs work. So yeah, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.